Hello, I'm Jeff Byers, and I'm your instructor for NE 258. This is Module 2, and we are now going to focus on texturing our modular wall that we created early in Maya, and we're going to go ahead and texture it and export it out into Unreal 4. So we'll have probably 1 to 2 parts, this one and another part, we'll finish this up. Alright, so we need to import a material, so we're going to go in the shelf and click on the import tool. You'll need to find a substance SB SAR, I believe, and yeah, I think that's an SBSAR, but let's go ahead and highlight these guys here. I've got quite a few. I'm going to go ahead and upload. Okay. And open those. And we need to define these. Just a base material will work. And we're going to do the shelf. Okay, looks like everything's good. Let's import those in and see how they look. Okay, so we've got some bricks here. Alright, so you can see we've got some bricks to choose from. I am thinking about choosing this one, so I'm going to go ahead and dump that into a layer. And we'll just start with this. Okay, so you can see in Substance Painter we've got material in here as well, roughness. We've got the material that shows everything, and then we've got a base color, and we've got the height, we have the roughness, we have metallic, normal map. Alright, so you can see that the metallic really isn't doing anything, but we will go ahead and send that out. Alright, so go to the material. And the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that brick paving stone is selected. And we're going to go ahead and scale this to an appropriate level. It's 8 feet tall. That looks pretty good. And we're at just about 4.38. Let's go to an even 5. 8-foot wall. Again, we're looking at an 8-foot wall. We can just kind of play with that a little bit until we get it the way we want it. Of course, we can check it in. You know, we could do too, the things I'm thinking about here is it would be nice if we had these pieces overlapping in Maya. I might do that on this object because you can see they're not lining up very well in here. And that's really important that we do line that stuff up. So we'll have to bring this stuff back into Maya and get these things lined up. Okay. Alright. So I think that looks pretty good. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and get that send that out. Now there's some tweaking we can do on here if we want to make that look a little bit better if we want to. We also have other types of bricks you can kind of mess with. So got this kind of a brick. It doesn't look that good on it. And we can click on this brick to see what that looks like. and this brick here. So whatever you feel like your texture, how you want it to look and set up, it's really entirely up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the material attributes. We can see the normal intensity of the brick too as well. So I can click on normal map, and we can change the intensity of the normal map. Make it super intense. Okay. And then the height range and the height level on that as well. Looks like all of them are working. See if we have anything else in here that we can mess around with. Okay, everything looks pretty good. Get back to material, and what we want to do is we want to do this for the rest of the objects, but alright, so let's go ahead and go into export. So once you get it the way you want it, you're going to go into export textures, and we want to do no padding pass through, and metal rough, we need to change that to Unreal 4 packed, and we need to go to configuration, and I think we've got Unreal 4 packed here as well, so we need to get that highlighted. Okay, that looks good. And the one that it's a little confusing to people is the occlusion, roughness, and metallic. So if you hover over this, the R, and I would write this down, R equals AO, green equals roughness, and B equals metallic. Alright. Okay, so when that's done, we want to make sure that we have target. Unreal's very picky about this. There it is. Make sure you have target. And everything looks good. So we'll go ahead and export. Okay. There's another export I'm going to do because I want to kind of mess around with the UV map on the objects. So it's really important that I get to do that. So I'm going to go click on export textures. And this time I'm not going to do Unreal. I'm going to do PBR metal roughness. If I can find it. PBR metal rough. And again, this will be no padding. And let's see, I need that to go to algorithmic, or not algorithmic, to my folder. Okay, and we'll send that out there. Okay, that looks good. Need that going to the configuration, PBR metal rough. Export, we got that set up, and that looks good, so we're going to export that. Okay. So the textures have been exported. I exported two. One is a PBR metal rough that I can see in Maya, and so I can tweak out the textures so they line up better. And once I do that, then I'm able to do a couple other things too. So I want to line everything up. I'm unable to do that here. So the next thing I'm going to do is go back into Maya. This is all exported. And I'll come back and we will continue on adding textures and moving the UVs around, getting them all set up for the objects.